And welcome back to the Model Works. Happy holidays, Merry Christmas to everyone. Hope you're having a good holiday season. Got a few things to cover in this video. First of all, I want to introduce a new project, which I'm not real sure if I will start this between now and the end of the year. I'm not 100% sure. If I do, it won't be much. I may maybe get some engine put together or something like that. But this officially will be the first new build of the 2017 building year, which is going to be the Malko Gasser, Ohio George Montgomery, the driver of this machine, kit by MPC. Repop. Some retooling. There were issues with the front nose section tilts forward. There was always issues with that. I never built this kit as a kid. Loved this car. Saw it, got to see it at Bristol when I was younger. Awesome machine. If you're a fan of drag racing, you are fully aware of this car's history, the Malko Gasser. And Ford approached him about driving for them, but they wanted him to drive. He was already using a 427 Cammer engine in the Willys, but they wanted him to drive something that they made. And at the time, it was mid 60s, and the 67 Mustang was what they wanted him to use. And they said, well, I read one of the executives at Ford told him, look, take this car body and make it work. And he was like, well, how do you want me to do that? And the guy said, well, I don't know. Yeah, that's your problem. So he basically took the frame on the Willys and extended it out to fit the Mustang. He was able to get it within NHRA Gasser specs, and the rest is history. Some people will say that he is credited or to blame, whichever camp you want to side with, of being either the demise of or of the Gasser class. So especially with the Mr. Gasket company car, which was the next car, the dark red car that had a Boss 429 twin turbo in it. Once they put that car on the track, nothing could touch it. At least nothing in the traditional Gasser class anyway. So once that car came on the scene, and that was pretty much the death knell for the Gasser class, and it basically turned into comp eliminator, and has been that way ever since. So, but anyway. So we're going to be doing this car. I've looked the kit over just at a glance, and not really in depth, but maybe go with scale finishes. They make a match paint for this, an exact match paint. It's two bottles of paint. It's a 2-ounce bottle for the blue main body color, and then you can't really tell it on the box art here, but if you look at actual pictures of the one-to-one car over the wheel arches, you can kind of see it here. This color is kind of a nice blue color, silver blue, if you will, metallic. Has quite a bit of metal flake in it, and then over the wheel arches is a dark sapphire blue, if you will, along the wheel arches. And now I have seen different pictures of the opening on the hood here, where the scoop comes out, where the injectors are, in the blower rather, and uh, there is also that blue around the opening there that will have to be feathered in with an airbrush. But that Scale Finishes has a 1 ounce bottle that comes with the 2 ounce bottle, and I started to get maybe order that, but I've had a couple of, well, I've had more than a couple, several subscribers that I guess new guys to the scene, and some guys that are wanting to try craft acrylics. I haven't done a craft acrylic paint job in quite some time, and so I think I'm going to try. I think I'm going to do the paint job this time in craft acrylic, and I believe what we're going to do, I'm going to move this. I've already been playing around with a couple of colors as far as the mix. The main body color will be probably a mix of this folk art. This is called Ice Blue, and this is, I believe, the Sapphire Blue. Yes, the Blue Sapphire. Pretty much probably 3 times or 3 parts of this color to 1 part of this Sapphire Blue. I also have another blue. It's actually an Ice Blue by Deco Art, which is one of their Dazzling Italics colors, which is a darker blue actually than this. It doesn't require but just very little to get it to the silvery blue color that the Malko Gasser was. And actually you can look at 3 or 4 different pictures of the one-to-one car, and each picture the car looks differently. It'll be almost a sky blue, like a sky blue in one color, and then another pic it'll be kind of just a light metallic blue, and then another pic it's almost silver blue, another pic it's Pontiac engine blue, and so we're gonna go kind of mid-ground here and try it. I've shot a couple of test pieces with this mix and a couple of mixes. And you have to be remember with craft acrylic, they always dry darker than your mix is in your paint jar, your bottle, whatever, or your airbrush, whatever. So whatever color you go with, allow for about another half shade darker when the drying takes place. So I've been trying to play around with that and allow for that. We're just going to do the craft acrylic, and I want to do that too for some subscribers who have said, we haven't seen you paint anything with craft acrylic in a while. You've been using lacquer or lacquer or enamel mixed with lacquer thinner, fingernail polish. So I'm going to do this in the craft acrylic, and I'll show you in a minute another reason why I want to do it. And what we're going to do is, I had a subscriber ask me about shooting either enamel mixed with lacquer thinner clear coat over the top of craft acrylic. Can it be done? In a nutshell, yes it can. And can you shoot 2-part urethane? And the answer to that is yes, you can. So I'm not decided what I'm going to clear it with yet. Kind of up in the air about that, but it'll be one of those 2 things, just to show that it can be done. The 2-part urethane, if I do use it, it's 2K urethane. I don't want to say 2 parts, actually 3 parts. It's the clear, the hardener, and then thinners. The 2K I have is by Zero Paints. It's a company out of Europe, and there is a Hobby World, I believe, up in the Northeast is the distributor here in the U.S. For the Zero Paints line of paint in general. And the Zero Paint 2K urethane. So I've tried that, and it's super nice. It's actually on the Tom Daniel bill. I've shot the body, cleared the body with Christmas that. Has come early to the model works. Here is what the missus got me, or let me have, or allowed me to have, I guess would be a good way to put it. This is the Pache Vision airbrush. It is their I guess you would say top of the line airbrush, and I'll just show you the airbrush, and I won't go into detail on it, and may do that down the road a little bit. But this is a super nice airbrush. This tops off my stable of Pache airbrushes, and this is what you get with this airbrush. Now I've already got it. As you can see, it does not come with the quick release and the adapter. I've got an adapter for my Iwata air hose. This is comes loaded with the .25 millimeter needle nozzle and air cap. It also comes with .6. You can see it. I've got the I took the .2 millimeter needle and nozzle out. What's in it now, and which also comes with it, is the .6 millimeter, .66 millimeter needle and nozzle and air cap. This is a super fine detail brush with the 2.25 in it. I've tried it, and you can put down, I'm talking about hairline lines of paint, and maybe down, like I said, maybe in the future, a little ways down the road, I'll show you what it's capable of. It also comes with, and I'll show you, super nice little case too, by the way, which you won't see much time in here, but it's a real nice case. It also comes with a fan cap, and when you put this bad boy on, it's capable of 3-inch wide spray patterns, and I intend to use this with my candy colors. And I think I'm going to try this also on the Malko Gasser build, and just see what it'll do with the fan cap. And so there it is. But anyway, I had seen this brush back in 2014 when it first came out, and I had made the comment to my wife. I said, "Man, that is really a good-looking gun." And evidently that stuck in her head, and I kind of mentioned it again this year earlier, and so she went ahead and let me have this early. And so I guess one last thing I will tell you on the Belvedere, of the Plymouth Belvedere, I got bad news, I guess, on that one. I was in the process of had all the chassis, interior, engine, everything ready to go, ready to put into the body, had the glass in, and I was adjusting the light over, kind of to swing it around where I could see a little bit better, and where the lamp clamps to my desk. There's two plastic pieces, one that clamps to the top, another piece that clamps to the bottom. They're held in place by an L screw, and evidently the bottom piece that clamps to the tabletop was cracked and was just barely holding. When I swung the lamp around, it broke, and the lamp just fell straight down, and it fell straight down. It fell on the front part of the chassis and engine. Engine pieces smashed the engine. Engine pieces went everywhere. It broke. I had cut the front spindles off and reattached them higher up to lower the front end, and it broke one of the spindles off, which is no big deal. Broke the interior door panels off. Where the lamp head mounts to the arms on the lamp, had one of the screws mounts fell onto the body and gouged a big gouge of paint, a big scratch into the body, knocked all the glass out. It was all I could do to, I guess, exercise self-control to keep from finishing the job and just picking it up and slamming it into the wall, but I didn't. But that I'm going to have to try to find some spare parts, or maybe buy another kit, at least for the parts. For the engine parts, I haven't found all of them. My dogs probably eat some of them. I'll have to pond the paint job. It's scratched beyond repair as far as sanding and fixing it up. So I'll have to pond and repaint. So that just kind of, as they say, killed my appetite for finishing that one up. And it was going to be a really nice looking build when complete. I was really sick over it, and 20 years ago, that car would not be, you wouldn't even find parts of it if I had to, was the way I was 20 years ago as far as model building goes. So, at any rate, alright guys, that's all for now. Very long video, but wanted to get all that in and let you know what was going on, and get you looking forward, hopefully, to the Malko Gasser. We're going to try to do a little detail work on the engine. Kind of do some fuel line plumbing, that kind of thing on it. So, alright, that's it. Until I talk to you again, take care of one another. May God bless you and your family. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. See you next year.